Oh my God, my gorgeous Libra, oh my God. Let me tell you something. Life gets fantastic when you least expect it. Okay, let me just tell you a little bit more what January 2023 is going to be like when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra, because I want to say one particular thing. Your life is about to change. What is going to be going on throughout the month of January, it's going to be mind-blowing, let alone the fact what's going to happen right within the last 7 days of January 2023. You're gonna find yourself on such a major crossroads of your life, and this major crossroads that you're gonna find yourself at, it's only something that you could have actually dreamed about so far. This is really going to surprise you, because this crossroads that you're going to find yourself at, the only reason why you're gonna feel like these are crossroads, it's only because you are gonna be provided with an opportunity of your lifetime. This opportunity is literally going to be an opportunity of your lifetime, and everything you've been doing so far, everything you've been working on, everything that meant to you so much, this is just gonna come on top of absolutely everything. How powerful option you are going to become aware of. This is gonna be remarkable, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And also, let me just tell you something. When it comes to the actual numerology, your number is number 927. 927 is a ridiculously powerful and very important number. Why? Because you are gonna, like this is all basically about this amazing opportunity that you're actually going to have this month. But at the same time, as soon as you become aware of this amazing opportunity, you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your instincts. On one hand, you have to be very, very bold. On another hand, you have to be extremely courageous, but then at the same time, you need to understand, and then and there, it's going to be the actual time for action. No waiting anymore whatsoever. So just let me explain to you that the last 7 days of January are gonna be absolutely probably the biggest turning point of your life. And that opportunity that you're actually going to take on within the last 7 days of January 2023, you will be able to notice October 2023. Your life is going to be completely different. There is so much that is going to start happening in your life. There is so much that is going to start changing in your life. Your life is never going to be the same again in the best possible way. So by the time you're going to have so much to work on, and you're going to love this, because you are at the same time going to be able to do what you're passionate about, and you will be able to express yourselves in a way you were never able to express yourself before. So by the time you get to the actual October 2023, I can tell you that you're going to be successful like never before. Use this as a base. Use this as a time span. In October 2023, I'm talking about October so much, it's because there is going to be a mind-blowing connection with what you're going to start now, this opportunity, and the month of October. Because in October, you're gonna enjoy things you've never enjoyed before. You're gonna have things you never had before. You're gonna live your life in such a powerful and meaningful way. You're gonna be surrounded by things you've never been surrounded before in the best possible way. It's almost as if your life is about to become a dream. And the more you take on throughout the month of January, the more a successful year 2023 is going to be. And I'm telling you that 2023 year is going to be completely different to every other year in your life. But especially when it comes to year 2022, bye bitch! Especially when it comes to the year 2022, 2023, it's going to be completely different. You will realize that at the beginning of this year as well, at the beginning of the month of January, you will realize how much you've actually learned about yourself within the last 2 or 3 years. And the reason why this is going to happen in January, because you are about to walk into a completely different dimension, completely different energy, completely different door, completely different portal. So that's why now suddenly you're going to start realizing how much you've actually learned about yourself and about so many other things. And now, baby, you will just want to take all these things on the next level. You're going to kind of go in this mode, like to live your life to the fullest, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And also, you know, when it comes to someone in your life, it's going to be playing such an important role. Some kind of person who is completely connected to you, somebody who you look up to, like your friend, or like a family member, but somebody who lives their life in such a crazy but good but an amazing way. Someone who's constantly inspiring you, and that person is also going to kind of play an important role at around the 17th, 18th and 19th of January 2023, because through them you're going to realize something about yourself, something that you want to do. You know, you're going to open your eyes and you're going to understand that there is so much more to do, there is so much more to life, there is so much to investigate, there is so much to explore. The time is precious, baby. You know, this is like, oh my God, the year, not the year, but the month of awakening. The month of January, it's also going to be the month of awakening when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra. So you are going to have an amazing opportunity, and you need to understand, when it comes to that opportunity, I will repeat again, you have to be bold and you have to be courageous, you have to be strong. By doing these things, you know, you are going to ground yourself, you're going to center yourself, and you're going to stay focused. And at the same time, you know, that opportunity, the reason why you're going to feel so happy is because you're going to recognize yourself with this opportunity that you're gonna have, because you're gonna be able to do what you love. And it's not only that opportunity, it's not only about you doing what you love, which is the purpose of our spiritual journey, by the way, of course, which is everything, but it's not all. Okay, that in itself, it's happening at a time when you are also completing the certain cycle, and the certain cycle came to an end, obviously, at the end of the December. It's going to come to an end at the end of December 2022. So the beginning of a new cycle is going to be the beginning of the actual January 2023, which means that there is so much that is going to start picking up at this moment in time. So now it's about you doing what you love, being able to do what you love, but at the same time, you need to understand that this is also going to bring such a high recognition into your life, you know, and this in itself is just like kind of going to bring you an excellent reputation, with whatever you're working on, and with whatever you're trying to kind of like, with whatever you're trying to achieve. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, there is a really wonderful, powerful person, very strong figure here, powerful big mama, powerful person is here, someone very kind of powerful, grounded, strong, very often misunderstood because maybe they are too serious sometimes, like serious mama, maybe they are too serious sometimes, but somebody very intelligent, strong, impartial, somebody rather respected, and that particular person is actually going to give you a very, very wise advice. And the wise advice that you are going to get from this person at around the 22nd and the 23rd of January, that particular advice is actually going to help you to remain objective and fair-minded. And this is very important when it comes to you communicating clearly after that moment in time and opening up. And this person who is very intelligent and impartial and rather respected, this is someone completely very, very clever in your eyes, but very clever and intelligent in general. Somebody ridiculously experienced when it comes to life, but at the same time, through that person, you're also going to understand and realize, like, through that person, you're going to understand even more kind of about not failing to recognize a magical opportunity in your life. Through that person, you're also going to realize to not fail a magical opportunity in your life. Okay, through that, you see what I mean? This is so important. So it's not only about you remaining objective and things like that, but also through that person you're going to realize not to fail, recognize how not to fail, or to recognize a magical opportunity in your life. So with another words, you know, you are not going to miss the point because of this person. And also that person is going to play an absolutely mind-blowing role when it comes to you waking up. Okay, this is so important. And also, my gorgeous Libra, what else I was going to say, that you know, this is the month, especially at around the mid-January, you will understand there is so much going to be on you, and on one hand, you know, it's about you taking a leadership role into your life, you know, you need to take a leadership role now at around the mid-January. Please understand, please remember this, at around the mid-January you need to take a leadership role in your life. Now that in itself, it's really gonna be required from you to kind of communicate your vision, and also at the same time, please remember to not to be sensitive when it comes to any type of criticism. It looks like you're going to be surrounded by the people who are, you're going to feel a little bit whiffy around, you know what I mean? Like you're going to feel a little bit like kind of like uncomfortable around, but just take this as the best possible challenge, because this is like some kind of a challenge where you are going to need to put your foot down, you are going to need to kind of take leadership role and step into the actual spotlight. But at the same time, you just have to understand that, you know, this is the time, this is the part of your challenge to communicate your vision and not to be sensitive to criticism, because you are going to find yourself being surrounded by the people that are going to be a very kind of maybe a little bit negative when it comes to their energy, and these people are just making you feel a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. This in itself is a part of your little test. You need to break through, in order to break free. Okay, once you break through, you break free, and the only way to break through is to actually kind of be as open, you know, when it comes to these people who are kind of like a bit of a little energy vampires around you, because of whichever way, you know, so because of whichever reason, sorry. You know, so it's like this is the part of your task. And also at the same time, you know, when I say that it's time to take a leadership role in your life, this in itself, it's also at around the mid-January going to require from you to kind of really think about how you can have a reunite, how to reunite with the people who mean to you the most, how to reunite with the people who like you love the most, and how you can spend more time with people, how you can kind of plan your life, but also at the same time to plan your life in such a way where you can spend more time with people who are so important to you. I know that this is going to mean to you so much, because you're going to become aware of some kind of situation, something is going to happen to someone else, or like you're going to become aware of, I know this is going to sound dark, but you're going to become aware of someone losing someone so close to them, and it's not you. And this is really going to that person who's going to lose someone so close to you. It's like that person is so dear to you, so important to you, and it's really going to kind of get you. You know, their pain and their sadness, you know, them being so sad, you know, and in pain, this is really going to get you, but it's going to shake you up really nicely. And this is why you're just going to realize how precious this life is, how precious this life on this, you know, on this earth actually is, and why we have to use every single opportunity as much as we possibly can to spend time with those people in our lives who really mean to us so much, who mean to us the most, because this life is so fast. And this is how, you know, this is what this is actually gonna put you in this mode, you know, where you are gonna want to kind of reunite with the people in your life. And this is such a beautiful thing to actually do. But also at the same time, when it comes to you taking a leadership role in your life, this is also going to be consisting of you kind of thinking at around mid-January again, how to kind of have a unity with like a like-minded people as well. You will want to spend more time with the people who are thinking in the same way as you, especially when it comes to the past experiences, but especially also when it comes to like your spirituality. You know, this is what I want to say, that at around the 25th of January, you just need to be a little bit awake to this, because you are going to be someone someone is going to try to like irritate you a little bit, and somebody is going to try to challenge you a little bit. But as soon as someone irritates you and challenge you at around the 25th of January, this is a really great sign for you. On one hand, you just put your point across in the best possible way without any argument. Do not waste your energy or vibration on people who don't mean anything to you. I said this before, but this is a really golden sign and indication for you that this is something, this is the situation, and maybe a group of people or a certain person that you need to move on from, because there is some kind of a toxic energy and vibration going on around here, and this is going to be just your sign. On one hand, you just stand up for yourself, you put your point across in the nicest possible way, but just try not to argue or not to be aggressive or whatsoever. So this is how you kind of fulfill your spiritual duty, and you get something really powerful out of it. Otherwise, you just unnecessarily kind of drain your energy. Just have a little smile on your face, mwah, darling, and just move on, basically. Very important indeed. And you know what? By the end of January, my gorgeous Libra, this is why this is going to be mental. This month is just gonna be like a month like never before in your entire life. Okay, this is brilliant. You are having a lotus moment, a lotus moment. Lotus moment is one of the big mamas ever. Why? Because in spiritual terms, a lotus go through so much. The gorgeous lotus go through so much. It goes through the mud. It goes through the mud for a while, and then it goes through the muddy water for a long time, and then it comes on top. And when it comes on top, it's up like, oh my God, it's facing something amazing. So you are going through such a powerful spiritual transformation here. So you need to understand that by the end of this month, my gorgeous Libra, you are going to have a significant life experience that is going to require big changes to be made. And this is going to be followed. This is literally going to be followed by powerful and unexpected revelations. And these revelations that are going to be completely unexpected are going to make you aware of how much you've actually changed, because you're going to be reflecting on this in a completely different way to where you would normally reflect to these changes. So this is fantastic. So now in itself, you're going to realize that it's time to head in a new direction. That in itself, it's about to bring such a huge clarity on your life purpose and your spirit, in your soul. You will know what to do. By the end of January, you are going to have a massive, enormous, huge reason to celebrate, because you will know exactly how much your life is going to change. The more you put things, the more energy you put towards things throughout the month of January, the more successful your whole year is going to be. Pick a part of your life, or a few different parts of your life, and work on them as much as you can. Work on these parts of your life like there are 100 people staring at you. Just imagine they're staring you, they're watching you, they're checking you, they're marking you, because in spiritual terms, that's exactly what is going to happen, what is going to be happening, of course, when it comes to karma and you manipulating your own energy in the best possible way. You either do lots of positive and good energy putting towards things and see how they're going to grow, or you're either going to be really sad and negative and just kind of wilt like a flower, and then later on the whole year it's going to be very much so full of unexpected negative surprises, you know, because this negativity, it's going to manifest into real challenges later on. So this is why you need to pick one or few different parts of your life where you can work on, my gorgeous Libra, and put towards it as much as you possibly can, because you are setting the foundation for the whole year. And even if you're like kind of negative and sad and drained, and even better, just take it as a challenge, you know, because even if you feel really drained and negative and down, as soon as you kind of focus all that energy, refocus, rebalance yourself, recenter yourself, and you can actually use this energy. It's the same energy that you change kind of and use it in your favor. This is what you need to do, my gorgeous Libra. The more you put things towards, the more you put energy towards things throughout the month of January, the more successful your whole year is going to be. You better believe it, it's gonna be mind-blowing indeed. And also, when it comes to nutrition and things like that, I want to say to you that you are actually going to be very spiritually open, you know, in between January and October. And the end of October 2023, you're going to be really spiritually open, which a lot is going to come to you. This is going to be one of the probably the most psychic year, the most spiritual year of your life, in terms of you feeling so super intuitive and so super psychic. And also, what I was going to say when it comes to health and things like that, as soon as you start the process of meditation, for example, and meditation, it can be like a normal meditation, like you lie down and meditate, or maybe sitting somewhere, sorry darling, maybe sitting somewhere, maybe going into the forest, maybe sitting by the water, maybe just relaxing, whatever is meditation to you, it doesn't matter. But my point is, because you're going to be so psychic, you know, like almost for the whole year, every single time before you meditate, ask a question, ask a clear question, and you are going to get a direct answer. Make the most of it. You will see what I mean. You're going to find this mind-blowing in so many different ways, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And also, when it comes to nutrition, I highly recommend you to get something like natural vitamin D3 in order to boost your immune system. I recommend you highly also to get something like the actual zinc picolinate in combination with natural vitamin D3. This is a mind-blowing combination to boost your immune system, but it also gives you energy, and it's also great for bones, skin and nails. And another thing I was going to recommend you would be also organic chlorella. And organic chlorella, it's a basically supplement that is absolutely super beneficial when it comes to detoxifying our body from all the dangerous metals. Okay, this is important because we've got metals in the air, metals in the sky, metals in the ground, metals in the soil, the dangerous metals everywhere. So organic chlorella has got the ability to detoxify our body from these metals, and on top of that, it has got like omega-3 essential fatty acids, which are extremely beneficial for mind, memory, for our thinking, you know, and things like that. So this is the zinc picolinate, this is natural vitamin D3, and this is organic chlorella, and these are my supplements, my own brand, and these are of an exceptional quality without any nasty fillers or chemicals or anything like that. And it's also suitable for everybody, like vegetarians and vegans. And if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And in order to buy these vitamins, which I highly recommend, you just check the description below, or you can simply go on Google and just type in gorgeous Sasha Bonasin vitamins. No, I'm just joking. So just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and you will see my page coming up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous Libra, let me just start with the first date, which is going to be quite important, is the 2nd of January. Now, the 2nd of January, yes, you are going to have just a little bit of disappointment, but it's needed, you know, it's needed right now. You will see why. On the 2nd of January, it's going to start just with a little bit of disappointment, because you're going to realize about some kind of error, like it's a repeated error in your life, something that you've done and then you've done it again, and now it just bounced back, like, well, you see, you've done it again, do you do it again, and now you see the outcome, it's exactly the same. So you are going to feel like a little bit of disappointment here because of some kind of repeated error, and that repeated error only happened because of some kind of difference of opinion. Some kind of difference of opinion happened at a time, and that caused a little bit of arguments. Okay, so now you are, what is actually going to be wonderful when it comes to the 2nd of January, that you are really going to have this sign completely out of the blue at around the time when you are really kind of, you know, at around the time there is someone that you're going to be thinking about, someone who is influencing you, and someone is going to be on your mind who is like kind of very influential in your life in the best possible way. And through that person, somehow you are going to kind of, this is going to be a sign that, you know, you through that person you are going to realize this resolution of a problem. You will know exactly what to do. It's about a conclusion that is going to immediately to bring a healing into your life, because it is going to bring a satisfactory result, and you will know that. And that in itself is going to inspire you so much, and it's going to motivate you indeed. And in fact, by the time you get to the actual 10th of January, you're already going to overcome a really huge, massive obstacle, okay, that was created by this repeated era. Do you see what I mean? So by the time you get to the 10th of January 2023, you're already going to have a really kind of like you're going to realize that you overcame this big obstacle and challenge, and that in itself, and now it's going to put you on an advanced stage of your life. It's to do with your own victory, but also at the same time you will know that there is going to be a very, very important conversation that you are going to need to have with someone, and you're going to be looking forward to this like there is no tomorrow, because you will know that after you have this conversation, your life is going to start speeding up. After you have this conversation, you will know that something, what is going to come out of it, if you knowing how to speed certain things up into your life, in your life, how to speed a certain progress. You're going to jump like a little bunny, like a little rabbit, and you're just going to cut the corners wherever you possibly can in the best possible way. Okay, this is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so this is fantastic, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And also, what else I was going to recommend you, do you see this ruby fuchsite? It's like, oh my god, this gorgeous pendant ruby fuchsite has got this ability to bring you down on the ground immediately in terms of grounding, which means that there are gonna be a lot of things that are going to be on your mind throughout this month, especially when it comes to making big decisions. And it's not only about January, but in between January and July 2023, this is going to be the time of decisions, but a lot is going to be going on. So this crystal, this pendant, has got the ability to ground you immediately, and it helps you to kind of see things clearly, and it prevents you from over-analyzing, because over-analyzing is no, not a good mama. Over-analyzing is bad for us, because we just create a dark cloud in between us and in between what we want to do, and then it just prolong things for us unnecessarily. So there are things to prevent over-analyzing things, okay? So now when you wear ruby fuchsite, every single time when you're making an important decision, it just brings you right down, and it helps you to stay centered, and that helps you to stay focused, and that helps you to not to over-analyze, but to go for initially what you would go for without draining unnecessary energy. Indeed, so this ruby fuchsite is a must, my gorgeous Libra, and this comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. But buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that. When it comes to the stage and the period in between the 11th and the 16th of January 2023, my gorgeous Libra, you are going to have such an amazing, mind-blowing, beautiful, gorgeous experience. This beautiful, gorgeous, mind-blowing, brand new experience that you are going to have, it's going to blow you away in every possible way, my gorgeous Libra, because it is going to be like a beginning of an adventure that is going to make you feel so enthusiastic about your life, because you are going to be thinking about something very specific. So it's about a certain initiative where you are going to realize some kind of unlimited possibilities that is going to make you feel so happy about yourself, but at the same time you are going to realize that there is a bit more you're going to need to put towards something very, very specific indeed. And by the time you get to the actual 18th of January, you are going to become aware of an important opportunity already, which is going to be the second stage of this, but also at the same time, that opportunity, you are going to feel a little bit challenging, because you're going to think that this is like a bad investment, but it's not. It's actually really good. You're not going to be able to believe what an opportunity already you're going to have. And there is also something that's going to be telling you that this is going to be bad investment in your life, but it's not. So you really need to kind of snap out of it. This is very, very important for you to remember. And also, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the actual 25th of January, it's like basically pay attention to how active you are actually going to feel and how determined you are going to feel. The activity and determination that you are going to feel is only because it's to do with something that you're very experienced about, something that you're very passionate about, and you are going to kind of be working on something, that is on the 25th of January. You are going to be working on something that you're experienced about, and something that you are basically, something that you're experienced about, and something that is at the same time makes you feel very, very passionate, and something that makes you feel very active, and something that makes you feel normally determined. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. And then, so you're going to be working on something very, very specific, okay? And it's to do with your skill, and then suddenly something again, it's going to come to you completely out of the blue, some kind of idea, and that idea that it's going to come to you completely out of the blue, it's going to be brilliant, because this idea, it's going to be like kind of, it's not even to do with your life, it's to do with the people in your life, because you are going to be thinking about a specific problem that affected a certain people in your life, whether this is a family members or really close group of friends. That idea that it's going to come to you at the time when you're so determined, completely out of the blue. So you're determined about your skill, something that you love doing, you're going to be enjoying yourself, you're creating very special energy and vibration, and this is why your mind just drifts away subconsciously to the directions that you're not even aware of, and that's why suddenly it bounces back with it, like in form of the actual ideas, because you create this very kind of sacred and unique energy. And this idea, it's again going to be completely out of the blue, how to deal with a certain problem, some kind of either family matter, family issue, or it's like to do with the close friends. This is brilliant, and someone also is going to confirm this to you, like a few days later, someone is going to give you an advice, and then that advice is going to remind you, oh my god, I already had this idea that I should say this to my family or to my close group of friends. This is going to help them so much. You see, bless your heart, this is brilliant, because it looks like you're again going to help not only to one person, but quite a few different people, so this is brilliant. And also, my gorgeous Libra, another thing I was going to recommend you would be this gorgeous tiger's eye pendant. Now, tiger's eye pendant, you remember I told you you're going to be ridiculously intuitive and open in between January and right until the end of October 2023. So basically for almost the whole year, you're going to be super intuitive. There's so many messages that you're going to have, so many signs, that you've never had before. This is going to be amazing. But at the same time, when we are so spiritually open, we are very psychic, but we also become vulnerable to like a certain vibrations and certain energy around us. And especially when it comes to like a people maybe giving us an evil eye. Sometimes people can give us an evil eye on purpose, and sometimes people can give us an evil eye like when they're facing us, or sometimes they can do it when they're at home. They can be anywhere. They can think about us in a bad way and do it intentionally, but sometimes people can do it non-intentionally as well. So for example, if someone is very strong in energy and vibration, it's a very specific energy that is ridiculously strong, and someone has a lot of problems at home and lots of difficulties and issues, and then they're thinking about these difficulties and issues while they're talking to you about something completely different, and they can transfer this huge amount of negative energy to you, on you, for example, and they don't even mean to do this, and this is why, because you are going to be spiritually open, you're going to be more vulnerable to things like that. So this is why I highly suggest you to get a tiger's eye pendant, because it's going to help you and protect you from an evil eye, but at the same time it's going to protect you from negative energy. But it's also superb when it comes to inspiration, for energy in general. As soon as you wear this, you feel more energetic, and also it's fantastic when it comes to attracting success, prosperity. And what lots of people don't know, that tiger's eye is actually a good luck stone in general, but it does attract success and prosperity, and on top of that, it prevents you from it kind of like really prevents you from an evil eye, and it keeps the negative energy at bay. So this is a gorgeous tiger's eye pendant. I highly recommend you, my gorgeous Libra, and this comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below as usual. So now, by the time you get to the 31st October, I was going to say, my Lord. By the time you get to the 31st of January, my gorgeous Libra, you know, this is brilliant, you know, such an amazing accomplishment in your life. The message that you're going to have, you're absolutely going to love, because it's going to make you feel so pleased with yourself, so happy with yourself. Everything is going to start making sense, because this is the direct result of your hard work, my gorgeous Libra. So this is going to be a great accomplishment when it comes to your success, when it comes to your satisfaction, but at the same time this is going to make you aware of the fact that you are going to have an ultimate change in your life. This success is also going to be the beginning of this remarkable progress, but it's also going to make you aware of the fact that this huge change, it's about to start, because you will know that after this moment in time your life is going to change, whether you like it or not, in the best possible way. And you know, at the same time, you know, it is going to bring an ultimate change in your life. I like this so much, because the 31st of January, it's all about satisfaction, an accomplishment that you're going to feel. And now you're going to feel like a lot about, like, you will feel like you want to kind of spend more time with people. You will feel such a joy and devotion when it comes to the 31st of January. Very, very happy time of your life. You're going to feel pleasure in daily existence you haven't felt in a long time, and that in itself, it's going to bring so much harmony into your life, peace and tranquility, because it's about the fruits of labor, you know. But at the same time, you are going to have a control over a situation that was a kind of making you so kind of maybe stagnated for a while. This stagnation was only caused because you just maybe didn't make certain changes on time, because you were taking so many different like kind of factors from outside, and you were considering it, and that just scared you and put you in such a stage of your life where you just didn't kind of really make certain changes for a while now, and now you're coming out of it. So you are going to kind of come out of some kind of stagnation, but at the same time this is indicating the fact that you are going to have a control over over this particular situation, which was affecting your strength, it was affecting your courage, it was affecting your energy, determination, you know, obviously it was affecting your confidence, because every single time when you wanted to do something really big and important for yourself, this would always kind of overshadow you. Oh, you can't because of this, or you can't because of that. So now you're beautifully going to snap out of it, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant. And also, let me tell you, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the 31st of January as well, you know, listen, you are gonna really kind of become aware of some kind of conversation here. You are gonna need to have an important conversation with someone, and this one, it's really not gonna be something that you're gonna look forward to, because you're gonna be worried about this particular person. It's someone who makes you feel uncomfortable, but you are gonna need to have an important conversation, because you are gonna need to sort something out. You have got a karma with this person, something happening between you two. You've got some kind of a past, some kind of a karma, but you are gonna need to discuss some kind of issue and some kind of a problem, because if you don't, this is just going to carry on in further, and it's only going to become heavier and heavier and heavier and more ridiculous and more ludicrous. So you don't want this whatsoever, my gorgeous Libra. So you are going to become aware of someone whom you have a long karma with, something happening between you two in the past, and you had a karma together, okay, and so now you and then it didn't end up that well. You know, it end up on some kind of negative terms. So this is why you are going to become aware of this person. You are going to need to sort something out. This is important. And I know that you're not going to like this, because as soon as you hear about this, you're going to be, oh no baby, no. But at the same time, you are in for such a huge surprise. Okay, you are in for a huge surprise. Like huge surprise, because once you reconnect with that person, you know, it's not gonna be horrible, it's not gonna be nasty. You are going to sort the problem out. There is some kind of problem in between you two, it's going to be sorted out, and on top of that, you are gonna get some kind of gift out of it. This is exactly how you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel like you got some kind of a mind-blowing gift. On one hand, you're gonna realize something so specific about yourself. On another hand, you're going to realize how much you've changed. Then again, you're going to realize how much you moved on. And then again, you're going to love this. This is all going to boil down towards you realizing exactly how much you've changed. Because something that was scaring you and making you feel uncomfortable, you're right on top of this now. You're seeing this from a completely different angle, from a completely different perspective. And that in itself, it's going to be such a major turning point when it comes to your life. And when it comes to you, again, waking up to yourself this time. Like, oh my God. And you know what? You're also going to realize something. That's not all. Through that person, you're also going to realize something about yourself when it comes to like a certain desires. And the certain desires that you're going to realize are just going to be so important, like when it comes to the actual growth in your life and when it comes to making a progress in your life, but also knowing how you're going to actually reorganize certain things. Unbelievably brilliant. By the end of the actual January, my gorgeous Libra, you are going to become aware of the new possibilities in your life, especially when it comes to new relationships. This is so important, because these new relationships that are going to start entering your life, they're also the direct result of karma, of your karmic change, how much you've actually changed. You've changed now, so now you're attracting new people. This is beautiful. Now you're attracting new people in your life, and this is also going to come to you at the time when you just think on the 31st of January going somewhere where you've never been before, and this is how you're going to realize, oh my God, you know, and this is how this is all going to happen. You're going to think about going somewhere where you've never been before, and that in itself is going to be an indication that now you're changing and where you're going to go, because now you're going to start attracting different people, new relationships, and also, you know, these new relationships are now going to match your level, because now you're evolved so much, my goodness. So naturally you're going to be attracting different people who are going to help you even further to see things differently and have a new approaches to old problems and things like that. New knowledge, new people. Okay, this is fantastic, my gorgeous Libra. Indeed, you need this. You know, this is the part of your progress. This is the part of your evolution. Very important. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to happen in the first part of January, mid part of January, and the last part of January. So the first part of January, you know, this is important because you are going to make a really significant decision. This is going to be superb, and it's to do with your development. So the first part of January, you're going to make an important decision, which is going to be the natural step up when it comes to your life. The mid part of January, what you need to understand is that you are going to have a weird experience. Mid-January, it's also going to bring you a weird experience. And that weird experience, it's also going to be a sign which part of your life you need to abandon, what came to an end. And the last part of January is just like, oh my God, so much it's going to be happening, you know, especially when it comes to new possibilities and new relationships in your life. You need this. This is so important. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Now, you know what, those of you in relationship, it's like basically your partner, it's going to highlight something about you. Your partner is going to tell you something, you know, like the answer to the huge problem is going to be highlighted by your partner by telling you that the answer to the big problem that you both have is in your partner's skill. So your partner's skill, my gorgeous Libra, your partner's skill is going to be the answer to an ongoing problem. You know, an ongoing problem is like kind of like you know, it's kind of like something that you've been kind of working on for a while, and something that you wanted to achieve, and it just got stuck in the process again. It got stuck in the progress within the last 2 or 3 years. This has still been going on. Something that you've both been working on for a while, and then it made you feel so good, but then other things started to happen, and then you just had to leave it behind. Now it's time to return to this, and you need to carry on with something. My gorgeous Libra, that's the bottom line. For the couples, you need to carry on with something. This life is too short. I said this so many times. This life is too short. Don't wait for anybody. Don't wait for the right moment, because it will never come. Don't wait for the right situation, because it will never come. The right moment in the right situation is you. That's what you should do. Okay, so your partner is going to point out, you know, it's going to give you some kind of idea, and this idea is to do with your skill. So you will know that this idea you are instantly going to like, but at the same time you're not going to think it's the right time. Now it's definitely the right time, because this is going to make you feel, both of you, so much happier. And do not let some kind of timing to put you off, or financial difficulties or anything like that. Don't let that put you off whatsoever, because things are going to happen much quicker, much sooner than you possibly expect. But at the same time, when it comes to finances, don't worry about that, because you are going to be absolutely fine. This in itself is going to kind of bring you to such an important point in your life, but it's a lot to do with your living environment, your immediate environment. Whether this is a massive change like at home, whether this is like doing something huge in your immediate environment, whether this is like a big move, you know, move the house, move the country, you know, this is a lot to do with an immediate environment, and you two having a major accomplishment that is going to make your life so much happier. And those of you who are single and ready to, hello my darling, my gorgeous Libra, those of you who are single, now what you need to understand is that, you know, there is at around the 21st of January, there is someone who is very loyal to you, someone very important to you, someone really consistent in your life, my gorgeous Libra, like a friend or a family member. They're gonna mention something to you. Why don't you go over there? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you go over there? And that in itself is going to give you an idea, kind of idea where to go. And this what that person, really loyal person in your life, is going to say this, when they point this out, they're going to suggest to you to go somewhere and do something. And then first of all, your instant response is going to be like, no. But then again, a couple of days later, you're going to be like, yeah, why not? Why shouldn't I go there? And then this is going to really give you an answer where you are going to meet someone very, very special indeed. It is not going to happen in January, but this what's going to be pointed to you through someone very special in your life. It's kind of going to open you up so much, because, you know, so many people are going to start entering your life, and one of them very soon is going to be a bit more special than others, if you know what I mean. But you will see, it's all going to happen naturally, it's all going to happen organically. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I wish you all the best when it comes to year 2023. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.